radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, Jaybird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It's a cold and dingy Thursday out there, Jay.
Boy, you're not kidding. Off of that scorching Cinco de Mayo.
I know, it was great, wasn't it?
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Played some softball. Had a couple margaritas afterwards.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They good?
Yeah, they were great.
All right.
Cinco de Mayo. What do you expect?
Gotta be good.
Yeah, you gotta get after it, right? A little bit. Have some, after a couple softball games like that too. But yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo. So what else are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Now we have Mother's Day and then Memorial Day.
For all you moms out there, we're excited for you.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. It's Sunday, so happy Mom's Day to all you out there. And yeah, it's a good day. And then Memorial Day, and then we have Father's Day.
Yeah, they don't care about that at my house so much.
It's the craziest thing in the world. Mother's Day is like what's everyone doing for my Mother's Day? It's Mother's Day. And then Father's Day, it's like, what time are you grilling?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. Hey, dummy.
Yeah.
What'd you do this week?
Get to cooking. Yeah.
What did I get for Father's Day?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. But hey, we're not here to complain about that. It's Thursday, May 6th, 2021. We're here in the Hassle Castle. You're listening to ESPN 1170 AM. A reminder that you can listen on the ESPN 1170 AM app. Download that wherever you download your apps from. You can listen to ESPN1170am.com. And, of course, you can watch, listen, leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. We are on Facebook Live as well. Yesterday, the White Sox interrupted us. We have to talk a little bit about the White Sox game. They lost 1-0 to the Cincinnati Reds. If you listen to that game on ESPN 1170 AM, I'm sure you're frustrated, and we will talk a little bit about it.
Dude got beaten in the head.
Well, yeah, it's not so much of a frustrating that. It's because your manager is 76 years old and he doesn't know the rules of extra innings. But we'll talk about it. So Tuesday we had John Byrne, and he was great, great guest. But it also interrupted the rest of T-Roy's rankings, which we will definitely get to a little bit later.
The entire NFC.
Yep, the entire NFC to talk about as well. And I think you've already given out your A++, so I'm going to be surprised at.
I have another A++.
Okay.
I had two. I gave one to Cleveland.
Okay.
And then I also gave 2 A+ out.
Okay,
Jacksonville and Denver.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, the big story overnight in the Major League Baseball is actually the no-hitter by John Means. John Means, pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. He threw a no-hitter, and he threw a no-hitter, the first of its kind in the history of Major League Baseball.
Why is it a first of its kind?
He threw a no-hitter over 9 innings.
Okay.
He struck out 12.
Okay.
And one of those 12 strikeouts reached base on a wild pitch. It's not a perfect game. The guy struck out swinging, strike 3. It was a wild pitch, though, not a pass ball. And he got on base. It's the first of ever in its kind.
Huh.
Yep. So, rather interesting type of accomplishment on the same day, which was yesterday, and that was the 307th no-hitter in Major League Baseball history was yesterday. Nationals reliever Kyle Finnegan achieved an even rarer feat. For only the 102nd time in Major League Baseball history, this pitcher accomplished a feat.
Perfect inning.
Yes. They call it the immaculate inning.
All right, how'd that happen?
It's 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. That's called the immaculate inning. It's only happened 102 times.
And what was it again?
3 strikeouts, 9 pitches.
Nice.
Yeah. The immaculate inning. So if there's 300, so this only happens about for every 3 no-hitters, there's one of these things that happen. So in the history of baseball, it's not like it happens all the time. That being said,
we are still on our longest streak since the last perfect game. So this year, we've lost 2 no-hitters because it hit batsmen and wild pitches. We actually have 4 no-hitters, but one was recognized. Can you name the other 3 no-hitters that happened this year? See how close you're paying attention.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One was Bumgarner.
That's the one that was not recognized. Yep.
Okay. White Sox threw one.
They sure did. Do you know the pitcher's name?
I can't think of the name.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. The pitcher from... Man. I feel like the Padres threw one?
Yep, they did. You got it. So the pitcher you're thinking of the White Sox, Carlos Rodon, and the pitcher of the Padres is Joe Musgrove.
Okay, and then the third one.
It was last night.
Oh.
John Means, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So right now, John Means, through 7 starts, has a 1.37 ERA. Pretty good. Here's the company that he joins. Since 1901, with 9 innings pitched, no hits or walks allowed, and 12-plus strikeouts. Here's John Means, a player who, by the way, was not recruited out of high school. Max Scherzer did it twice. Clayton Kershaw has done it. Felix Hernandez has done it. Matt Cain has done it. Randy Johnson's done it. Sandy Koufax. And then in 1908, Knapp Rucker did it twice.
Well, Knapp.
I know. You knew it wasn't going to be a list with old Knapp Rucker. Wasn't going to be on it.
Knapp.
I mean, we saw that coming. All right, other scores around the league. Mets beat the Cardinals in the first game of doubleheader 7-2. The Rockies beat the Giants 6-5. John Gray got the win there. We already mentioned about the Orioles shutting out, no hitting the Mariners. John Means moves to 4-0 on the year. Cardinals won the second game of the doubleheader against the Mets 4-1. Marlins blanked the Diamondbacks 8-0. Yankees and the Astros. By the way, I'm over the Yankees and their hate for the Astros thing. You know, I get it. I don't like the Astros. I don't like what they did. I don't like that they cheated. I think it's important to keep pointing out. But the Yankees make it seem like they're the only team that got beat by them, and they only scored 1 run in the last 2 games of that ALCS, the last 2 games of ALCS. So Yankee fans, move on. The Phillies beat the Brewers 5-4. Braves over the Nationals 5-3. Braves are on the road. Tigers go to extra innings against the Red Sox and win in Boston. Cubs go to extra innings against the Dodgers, win 6-5.
Back-to-back over the Dodgers?
Mm-hmm.
The Cubbies.
Rangers beat the Twins 3-1. Indians over the Royals 5-4. Padres 4-2 over the Pirates. The Rays 3-1 over the Angels. Blue Jays 9-4 over the Athletics on the road, and the Reds 1-0 in 10 innings. That being said, here's what happened with our guy Tony La Russa. All right, and this is maybe why you don't hire somebody who's 76 years old, or I don't know, not to take shots at your Cowboys, or someone who fakes about how they've been doing math the entire off year, but that's all right. So it goes.
Don't get me going. Don't get me going.
It goes in. It goes in.
Somebody else that's really old that's in charge of something too right now.
It goes into extra innings, right? And we know that they go to it's called international. International tiebreaker rule. They put a runner on second base. Well, he did a double switch during that game, and the 5th spot in the batting order was the final out of the 9th inning, and it belonged to closer Liam Hendricks. So when they came out in the 10th, the rule is you put the last out there. Well, they put Liam Hendricks on there, and then Liam Hendricks eventually. The next batter walks. I guess I'll just tell you the rule. The rule states clearly that if that last out happens to be a pitcher, you can take the positional player above him, and he didn't know that. So Liam Hendricks is on second automatically, and then Yasmani Grandal let off the inning with the walk. So now you've got Force out first and second. Larry Garcia grounded out into a fielder's choice, so now you split the runners at first and second, and Billy Hamilton's up to bat, which leads to the idea that if you actually have a talented runner, Billy Hamilton he's quick, could probably beat out a double play ball, and then such you could win
the game. Yeah.
But didn't happen that way. He ended up stealing Garcia. He got caught. Billy Hamilton struck out, and then the Reds go on to win in a walk-off in the bottom of the 10th. And Tony La Russa just decided to say that when he was brought up by was informed of the amendment to the rule by a beat writer. He just said, I'm guessing you know the rules better. Now I know. Somebody's got to tell him. Like, someone's got to be like, hey. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to leave that open to any more of your old man stuff or whatever else.
What do you mean?
I'm just not going to. I'm not going to.
We gotta do the show. We gotta do the show.
Your hottest teams in the Major League Baseball in the last 15 days. The Cardinals own a 10-4 record, so do the New York Yankees. Toronto, who's moving from Florida all the way up coast to Buffalo now for their home games, owns an 8-4 record. The White Sox 7-4, and Arizona has an 8-5 record. Those are your top 5 hottest teams in the last 15 days. We've got a lot of day games today, and starting with Houston at New York. McCullers on the mound versus Cole. Milwaukee and Philadelphia get going on today about 12 o'clock. Spencer Turnbull goes on the mound for Detroit in Boston against
Let me ask you a
Eovaldi.
question.
Yeah, go on.
Wasn't Cole an Astro when they beat the Yankees?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure they get a little bit to give him a little crap or whatever else, but now he's a Yankee. Now he's one of us. He didn't do it.
Your beard.
He didn't do it. Rangers are at the Twins. Mets and the Cardinals start about 12:15. Cleveland and Kansas City Royals this afternoon as well. Toronto and Oakland in the afternoon. 3 o'clock Atlanta, Washington versus the Nationals. And then the night games will be Arizona at Miami and the Rays at the Los Angeles Angels. All right. There's a couple other few things I want to talk about before we get deep diving into more Aaron Rodgers talk.
Well, we do have Caker coming in.
We have Caker coming in, so he'll be talking to us about all things sports, including the second spring game that we had in Iowa City this past weekend. Well, as of right now, Laurel Hubbard is a New Zealand weightlifter.
Okay.
Don't want to upset anybody here, but it's something to talk about. I don't know how many times I have to remind people this. This is talk you have at happy hour. You have passion. You have opinions.
What's weightlifting? It's sports.
Yes.
How could they be upset with us right now?
Let's just hold tight.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I don't know. I have no idea where this is going. So this is great. Laurel Hubbard.
Yes, she has been effectively guaranteed a spot in the women's super heavyweight category after the IOC amended qualifying rules due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And some of the things amended are she is set to become the first transgender Olympian. I don't mean to laugh. I just weird coming out of my mouth. Hold on. So she
previously identified as a man.
Well, let's see. He was in the men's weightlifting competition. He competed in men's weightlifting competition until she transitioned in 2012. And she's been eligible to compete as a woman since 2015 when the IOC issued new guidelines. So it's not really anything about it's only the qualifying thing. So those guidelines allow transgender athletes to compete as women as long as their testosterone levels are below 10 nanomoles per liter for at least 12 months before their first competition. She has won a gold medal, and it was at the 2019 Pacific Games in Samoa, and it triggered a little bit of outrage. And the Australia's weightlifting federation unsuccessfully sought to block her from competition in 2018. The first transgender Olympian. Yeah, that's where I am with that.
Yeah, we're going to need you to work this weekend. Okay.
Earlier this year, American transgender powerlifter J.C. Cooper sued USA Powerlifting after it barred her from competition through policy that it was at odds with IOC guidelines. Well, I was wondering why I saw this the other day. I saw that Caitlyn Jenner said that transgender athletes males to females shouldn't be allowed to compete
in high school sports. Yes.
Oh, high school. It had nothing to do with this. I didn't know if it was about the Olympics because has things to do with the Olympics, but
no, he was just talking about in general. I think they were talking about high school sports.
Oh, well, I'd rather hear him weigh in on it because I don't really care about what he did in high school.
I think what Caitlyn Jenner said is that Caitlyn Jenner believes that transgender athletes should participate in the gender of their choice when it comes to sports. Is basically what they said. They said there is an unfair advantage.
Saying if you just because you identify doesn't
just
mean
because you identify as a female doesn't mean that it's fair for you to participate in a female sport
Mm-hmm.
because you have advantages of being a male. Is what Caitlin said.
I don't know how. I mean, I get supporting your kids through everything. I really
listen,
do.
I get supporting someone through a transition. I think that's a very difficult thing to do, however you want to feel about it. You know, it obviously it can't be easy for someone to change their identification of their sex. If that's how they still feel they should do. That all being said, you know, it's not, if you're competing in a sport, much whatever it is. I mean, it at the same time, it's not right that someone should have to compete against a male if they're a female, unless they choose to do so. You know, if it's a co-ed sport or something along those you know, it's very wonky, very touchy subject, obviously, but you know, I certainly want. You have a daughter, I have a daughter. I certainly wouldn't want to have my daughter on a softball field with fast pitch softballs pitching and a guy going up the middle with an aluminum bat.
Yeah, that's what I think I was getting at. I'm all for supporting my kids, but if my son were like, hey, I really like fast pitch softball, I think I should be able to play fast pitch softball in high school, I would be like, no, I'm sorry. I support you and all this stuff, but it wouldn't happen. It's the same thing like, if someone around here was really good at volleyball and they're like, well, can't compete, be like, you got to go find a club somewhere. You're going to have to drive up to Chicago, maybe in Des Moines if you're lucky, to play boys volleyball, but I wouldn't be like, you should be able to. Now, that's different than saying I identify.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. It's certainly a gray area at best, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be arguments until the end of time on that one. Right?
That's right. NASCAR on Wednesday unveiled its next-gen race car, which features radical mechanical changes and looks a lot more like a car you'll see on the street. So I'm interested to see some of those photos and see how that's going to come out. Easer A's probably know more about that. And Fox has acquired Outkick, the conservative-leaning sports publication founded by Clay Travis. I've never read a single thing or seen an article from Outkick.
I've seen tweets from Clay Travis.
I know who Clay Travis is, yeah.
But I have not seen yet.
I think he's kind of a goofball, but that's my own personal opinion.
Much like a lot of our opinions are. Personal opinions, and you're allowed to have them. And you're allowed to disagree with people. Well, and it doesn't mean that you're any bad word.
When we come back, we're going to talk draft, but I'm going to give you a trivia question. And this is kind of a wonky trivia question.
Oh, boy.
So I want you to follow along, okay? Okay. There are 6 pairs of teams, so that means 12 teams total, from the 4 major sports that share a team name.
Okay.
You understand what that means?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So there's six
pairs.
Teams. There's 6 teams. Or 6 pairs of teams that share a
team name, yeah.
Name.
So it may be NFL and NHL, there's a pair. Boom. Got it? Okay. Because when I read it at first, I'm like, this trivia question doesn't really read right, but can you name the 6 pairs of teams, 12 teams total, from the 4 major sports leagues that share a team name? We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to play a clip from Shefty, who was on the Impact Show earlier today, and we're going to talk about that as well, the Aaron Rodgers drama that's going on. And then we'll look at the NFC, and we got a phone call at 1. We got a guest at 1:15. But we'll be right back here. Don't Hassle us for local here, ESPN 1170 AM.
Quad Citizens, you do not need social media anymore, especially to find out if you need to get a tattoo from someone, change your oil, or grab some lunch. All you need is your Locals Levis guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents. So find what you're looking for, or go to the websites, localslevis.com. Click on Quad Cities and browse your favorites. Easy to use, and my boy Chops even ranks the popular places for you, so please check them out today. That's Locals Levis, your guide to the best.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Julian Vandervelde, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
What kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem, and yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm gonna save on flights, have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours they're open, visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
Fun, saving money. Not fun, utility bills. Fun, generating your own clean, renewable energy. Not fun, flushing dollar bills down the toilet. Fun, calling Square One Solar for a no pressure, free in-home estimate and getting a free solar phone charger. Not fun, paying your electric bill for the rest of your life. Let Square One Solar show you the benefits of solar. Over a decade of solar experience. Financing available, and for a limited time, buy one solar panel, get one free. Get your free solar analysis today. Square One Solar. Make the solar switch.
Davenport and Moline, get ready. 20 ribeyes for $35. Fishers of Men Foods is bringing you a meat sale you don't want to miss. At North Park Mall Davenport behind Firestone and South Park Mall Moline behind Olive Garden. Just look for the big truck in tent. It's a gigantic steak, seafood, chicken, and pork meat blowout sale happening now for a limited time. You'll also find mega ribeye porterhouse, T-bone jumbo shrimp, fillets, lobsters, pork ribs, pork chops, even top quality chicken breast. And of course, 20 ribeyes for $35. It's all happening in North Park Mall Davenport behind Firestone and South Park Mall Moline behind Olive Garden. Hurry and fill your freezer with quality meat, pork, seafood, and chicken just in time for grilling season. This sale won't last long, and while you're there, ask about their whole cow and half cow specials. It's this year's gigantic meat sale, only happening in North Park Mall behind Firestone and South Park Mall behind Olive Garden. 20 ribeyes for $35, cash, credit, or debit card. See you today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course we can help you gear up for that next oil change. We've got a great deal for the job. Right now you can get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX conventional or high mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $28.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra250 for more details.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Aaron Rodgers saga continues in Green Bay, and a Packers former quarterback has weighed in on the situation. On the latest episode of the Bowling with Favre podcast, Hall of Famer Brett Favre says he doesn't see Aaron Rodgers returning to the Packers. Favre added, quote, "If he has a grudge, it ain't budging." Coming off an ankle fracture suffered nearly 7 months ago, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott said Tuesday that he could take the field now if forced. Prescott telling the Dallas Morning News, quote, "I can go play in the game right now and in my head be very, very successful." Speaking on NBC Sports Bay Area's 49ers Talk podcast, San Francisco owner Jed York preached patience with third overall pick Trey Lance and said he would be fine keeping Lance on the bench for the duration of Jimmy Garoppolo's contract. Jimmy G has 2 years left on his deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
So, how can I promote my new curbside pickup service?
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need custom floor decals that'll get noticed, not just walked on.
Also possible, Staples Connect can help your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. And now get 15% off signs, posters, and decals when you spend $75 or more. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 5/29. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
DQ presents Picture this. Picture the new DQ Summer Blizzard treat menu with iconic flavors that taste like instant summer. You order the one and only drumstick blizzard with peanuts. Oh, wow. Crunchy waffle cone pieces, world-famous DQ soft serve, and blue sky bliss. Or maybe you get the brownie batter blizzard. Ooh, wee. Fudgy brownie goodness. You're feeling breezy and dreamy all over. Moments like these are why the new DQ Summer Blizzard treat menu exists. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Tell Alexa to play ESPN 1170. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Okay, we are back in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish. Thanks for tuning in. Jay, I could not get them all.
You couldn't?
No, I've got 5.
All right. Question was, can you name the 6 pairs of teams, 12 teams total, from the 4 major sports leagues that share a team name? And what are the names that you have?
The Cardinals.
Yes, St. Louis and Arizona. Yep.
Baseball and football. And also another baseball and football. You have the Giants.
Yes, the New York Giants and San Francisco Giants. Very good.
And then you have the Panthers, which are the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Panthers.
Very good.
And then you have the football Jets and the Winnipeg Jets.
Wow, really good one. I thought that might be your stumper.
And then you have the Sacramento Kings and the LA Kings.
Wow.
And now I'm stumped. I couldn't figure out the last one, and it's probably glaringly obvious, and I just can't think of it. I was even going through, I tried to get a list of, NHL names that I couldn't think, because I couldn't think of every NHL team, so I just went and looked at, NHL names, and I couldn't think of it from there. The other ones I think I have. Give me a hint. Give me one of the cities.
New York. Think hockey.
The Rangers?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There's your 6.
That was glaringly obvious.
All right. All right, I wanted to play this 2-minute clip because I wanted to get your immediate response to this, because I listened to this earlier and I thought, well,
and this is Shefty.
This is Shefty on the Dan Patrick Show earlier today. All right, so it's about a 2-minute clip. Just kind of listen through it and listen to Shefty. It's kind of interesting because I'm trying to figure out his motivation here. So let's make sure we get this queued up here. We got this on. Get line in is on.
This is Shefty you're talking about.
This is Shefty on the Dan Patrick Show. You ready?
Yes, sir.
And of course, I'd mess it up somehow.
Why would you do that?
Because I always do.
Oh. All right.
Oh, because I hit the wrong. I took it off the wrong one. No.
Why don't we just throw this one away?
No, don't throw anything away.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Here we go now. I thought so.
Ask, subscribe, and listen. Well, it was just about a week ago, a couple hours from now, where Adam Schefter came on Sports Center and said basically that Aaron Rodgers wanted out of Green Bay. Walk me through that. Did you get a phone call or text?
You know, Dan, the funny part about it is that I've heard people say, Aaron Rodgers wanted that out before the draft. I can assure you Aaron Rodgers did not want that out before the draft. I've had people say the Green Bay Packers planted that. It was a very pro-Packer story.
Yeah.
I can assure you the Green Bay Packers didn't plant that. When people guess at where stories come from, more often than not, they're usually wrong. And in this case, they're wrong. This was an accumulation all during the offseason of just listening to people talk and observing. And if we go back to the NFC Championship game that the Green Bay Packers lost at home, did we not hear Aaron Rodgers after that game talk about his level of unhappiness, if you will, uncertainty for the future? Just go back and listen to that press conference, and it sounds almost like he's saying goodbye to Green Bay.
I'm going to pause right there because he's 100% correct.
Yes,
and
he is.
we brought this up because we said, look at the previous loss in the NFC Championship, and he praised the guys. He praised the coaching staff. He said, this group of guys, they're here to fight, and I'm excited to get after it next year and what we're going to do and come back and do better than what we did before.
Well, if everybody remembers, there was a play call that was pretty stupid.
And then
every Packer fan out there is pissed about the play call.
And if you look at what he did this past one, it was, well, we'll see how things happen in the offseason. You never know. Nothing in the future is guaranteed. So he's right. Now listen to Shefty just drop bombs left and right after this.
And so your antenna's up, and I'm just telling you, throughout the course of the offseason, there was rarely a week that went by where I didn't hear something about Aaron Rodgers. And on draft day, there's a report that morning from Paul Allen out in Minneapolis that the 49ers made a draft offer, which they didn't make an offer. They never made an offer. And other people are saying that the 49ers called. And I said, how long till it gets out that Aaron Rodgers wants that agreement? Is it next week? Is it next when he doesn't show to the OTAs? Is it next month when he isn't? It's going to come out. What does it matter if it comes out now or next week or next month? And so
you chose to break the news on draft day.
That is absolutely accurate. Correct.
But it wasn't something that you got information about.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there was nothing that morning that came in. And all of a sudden said to me, "Yeah, he wants out. You should report this." Like it was going on all off season. You just keep hearing it, and there was more and more talk, and now there's starting to be Aaron Rodgers talk. And I said, you know what? This isn't going to wait much longer. Let's just go. And it just happened to be draft day.
Because I wondered when you said it didn't come from Rodgers, didn't come from the Packers, and it's being characterized differently. I was wondering, okay, you're not going to tell me your source. What was the motive behind that? Yeah.
Dan, there's not a source.
No, I know, but I know that now. But we're just finding this out right now.
I said this. I said it on NFL Live. I said it on my podcast. I said it. I don't know. People want to believe whatever they want to believe. It was just an accumulation of information throughout the course of the entire offseason.
Did the Rams make an offer?
The Rams inquired in January. And again, that's an example. I knew when they were calling.
Yeah.
And they were quickly rebuffed. Yeah. Like the conversation went nowhere, but they checked in early in January. And they were not the only team that checked in.
Right.
So, by the way, Dan, why are these teams checking in?
Because he's available, or they're hearing he's available.
Well, where are they hearing that?
Are they hearing it from the Packers, or are they hearing it from Aaron Rodgers? Because it has to come from one of those two, right?
Well, I'm just saying that there was a lot of speculation in league circles, however you want to.
All right, so that's the craziest part about it. Shefty has no remorse that he did that on draft day.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, it was me. He goes, people are saying that the Packers planned this, and Rodgers planned it. He's like, it was me. No, I'm not. It's crazy that they're saying these things. Well, I think that's he's right. It's a culmination. He raises a great point by saying, why were they inquiring in the offseason if this wasn't a big deal? Right. So, and then you've got yesterday where his texts get leaked. Yeah.
Whose text?
Aaron Rodgers in a group chat. Oh, did I hit yours?
No.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
All right,
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Whose text?
There's a group chat thing where Aaron Rodgers compares the GM, and I, for the life of me, sorry, Packers fan.
Gutekunst.
Thank you. Gutekunst, and compares him to Jerry Krause of the Bulls in the 1990s.
That's pretty.
Just inept, and basically wants to be all about him, and doesn't, he's saying he wants out. The owner's saying that they're going to keep him in there. I don't know what to expect or think, but it's rather interesting.
He's
and
gone.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll lay it out for you. Here it is. I mean, you can say that Rodgers is you can have a fan of the team say, "Oh, it's BS. He needs to play his contract." Da 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 da. You can have fans of the team that understand, like they haven't done anything for him. What do you expect? And this is absolutely what you should do. Look at Aaron Rodgers, and then look at how Tom Brady was treated in New England. They tried to do things for him in ways in New England, but he was always taking a pay cut. And it wasn't like they always supplied him with the best weapons, but they gave him enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gave him enough to keep him around. They made him feel like he was part of it, right?
Okay.
Brady goes on and goes to Tampa Bay. What does Tampa Bay do? Oh, Tom, we're going to give you all the weapons you need, plus what we already have. You want Gronk? He's here. You want Antonio Brown? He's here.
Yeah.
Remember Aaron asking for some of these guys?
Yeah. No.
It goes back to when Brett Favre was asking for Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron wanted Antonio Brown. Aaron would love to have had someone like a Gronk.
And they never drafted anything.
But they never drafted, but they never went after free agents. They never took that gamble. It was always
the difference between Tom Brady right now and Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady played out his contract.
In 6 rings.
Yeah, but he played out his contract.
But I'm putting you in the mindset of Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers thinks that he should have more than 1 ring. He feels that he has been the best quarterback in this league for a long time.
We could also look at
we got a young pup on his way up that might challenge him to that. Now, talent-wise, pure talent-wise, I'm telling you, I think Aaron Rodgers, talent-wise, is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen.
Well,
despite I understand that Tom's a GOAT, Tom has all the accolades, everything else. There's throws and there's things that Rodgers can do that no other quarterback could do. Up and until we saw Patrick Mahomes.
The only thing that I'll look at to be like, well, maybe there might be a little bit, is his numbers in those losses and playoffs are not really good.
Okay.
And that will be the only thing to be like, that's where I'm not taking anything away from the guy. I've said plenty of times he's the MVP because as soon as he goes down, that entire team goes down.
Oh,
now the thing is,
without
ask you some questions. June 2nd rolls around, trade happens, whatever else. Stories come out speculating. Well, he wanted it, he wanted out, they wanted this and that. Do Packer fans burn his jersey?
I would say there's probably a good majority that will.
Okay.
They're going to be pissed.
Yeah.
They're going to have to. It's going to be bad. I mean, I don't know if Jordan Love is ready for what's going to get thrown at him. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And Jordan Love's going in to replace him. I haven't seen enough of Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Rodgers came in to replace Favre, I was like, whatever. Who's this guy? He could be great. Jordan Love could be great, but I'm sorry, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
And if he goes to Denver, unreal. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Why do I not have his... Of all things, why do I not have his passer rating in all of these?
But if you're Rodgers, you have to feel slighted. The fact that you have him and you make that play call in the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just insane to me.
His last 2 losses in the playoffs, so in 2020 and 2019, numbers are solid.
Yeah.
Except for in 2019, he had 2 interceptions, but he did have almost an 80% completion percentage. This is in 2019. He threw for 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. Against Tampa Bay, he threw almost 70% completion, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Then they don't make the playoffs in 18. He was injured, whatever, but it's 18, 17. And then 2016, not so good against Atlanta. 287 yards. Did throw for 3 touchdowns, but only 60% completion percentage. The year before that, 54% completion percentage, 261. A loss to Arizona in the playoffs. The loss in 2014, or 2015, January 2015, but 2014 season, lost to Seattle. Is at Seattle. They lost 28-22. He only threw for 178 yards.
They were winning.
His rating was 55 and at 0.8. That was his lowest. That was his lowest of his career by losses, and his second lowest of all time in the postseason. I can't defend my argument that his numbers aren't that good. His passer rating's just fine. I can't defend that argument that he doesn't do well in the playoffs. I can't defend it. So that's out. That point's moot. So
no, I get his feelings, man. I mean, at the same time, yeah, you signed a contract, everything else, but I mean, we live in the world where athletes now are empowered, right?
I wish he would just.
I mean, if we're gonna sit here and
Well, June 2nd.
Let's say in the NBA, guys sit out and do all this. I mean, sometimes we're for it, sometimes we're against it. I never really had much problem with LeBron going to any team he wanted to.
No, I think I had more problem with the whole spectacle of him taking my talents to that way. And I know
my other thing with a lot of it is this: is it makes it hard to root for certain teams. If you're a fan of a team and your guy is leaving and going all the time, whatever, I think it makes it hard for the fandom to build the stability, if you will. But it is what it is. I'm not going to beat up these guys for wanting to leave and wanting to. They have short careers for the most part. If you think about it, a lot of these sports do.
I would just hope. So June 2nd is a Wednesday. Just over 4 weeks away. Just under 4 weeks away. I would just wish like every Wednesday he just did something new to give us a hint. Like on the 12th of May, he like scrubs his Instagram of everything Packer related. And then on the 19th, he sells his home. And on the 26th, he buys a home in Denver. Like, just give us little tidbits just to keep firing, just to keep the talking heads going. I would appreciate something fun and smug like that.
What if he keeps his home in Wisconsin, right?
Oh, he's got a little vacation home in Green Bay?
Yeah, let's just say whatever he's got. But then he buys something in a ski resort town.
Oh, yeah, definitely a ski resort town. Just right outside, Definitely a ski resort town. It's just like...
Shailene likes to ski.
It's just a 2-bedroom, and he's like, it's just for us, and then when we have guests...
for us,
Yeah, she likes to ski. You guys don't know this about her. It might not be in her IMDb, but hey, we have to do this. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like he keeps the home and buys a little.
But then he throws everybody off too. Like, let's just say he purchases some property by his hometown, so it's really close to San Francisco, right? He's got that going. Maybe he buys some of that farmland that the geek lost in his divorce from his wife. Who's the geek? The geek. Bill Gates.
Oh, Bill Gates, yeah.
He buys that 512 acres in Iowa that they had.
Oh.
I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in Iowa. But he buys that, and everybody's like, "What's going on? Where is he going now? Why is he buying in Iowa?" I just wanted to buy something in Iowa.
That'd be great. All right. Well, Aaron Rodgers, keep us guessing. Keep adding content to it, and do what I suggest and just start dropping some subtle hints here and there. All right, let's talk about the NFC version of the draft. What do we got for me?
Well, we're going to start, and I'm going to end with the NFC North. Okay, so we're going to start in the NFC West.
Yeah.
One of the more dominant divisions. We'll start with the Rams. They did not have a first-round draft pick, Bird. They went on the 57th overall pick, and they picked up Tutu Atwell, wide receiver out of Louisville. Great pick. A lot of people love this guy, so I liked what the Rams had there. Round 3 at number 103, they get Ernest Jones, linebacker out of South Carolina. Round 4, they have 3 picks. Bobby Brown, not his prerogative, but a defensive tackle either way from A&M. And then they get Robert Rochelle, cornerback from Central Arkansas, and then Jacob Harris, a wide receiver from UCF. And then they go on, they have a round 5.
Bobby Brown III is his full name, and they just kept doing that over and over, just keep renaming him, even though everyone thinks that he's the Bobby Brown. Anyway, all right.
Either way. I thought the Rams were fine with their draft. It was just middle of the road. Obviously not having a first-round pick really sets them back, but to add the wide receiving core with Stafford, they'll be fine. They already have a good defense, so I just gave them a C. Nothing great, nothing bad, a little in between. Moving on to the San Francisco 49ers, Jay-Bird.
Yep.
They take the number 3 overall pick and pick up the quarterback from North Dakota State, Trey Lance. And then at number 48, round 2, Aaron Banks, guard out of Notre Dame. And then around 3 at 88, Trey Sermon, running back, Ohio State. Round 3 again at 102, Ambry Thomas, cornerback from Michigan. And round 5, they get a guard out of Western Michigan, Jalen Moore. And they get another cornerback from Oregon, Diamondre Lenore. And then they also get a safety in round 5 at 180 from USC, Talona Hafunga. Love it. I thought San Francisco had a very good draft. I gave them a B+, Bird. I thought they kind of reached maybe on that guard on round 2 at 48. I think there were some other guys available, but they were high on Aaron Banks. They love Notre Dame guards and tackles out there. I think they got McGlinchey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a B+. That's a good grade. I think San Fran is looking good. Could be an A, though. I mean, if Trey Lance turns out to be the man that everybody thinks he is, very good grade. Moving on, Seattle Seahawks, Bird. No first-round pick. Only 3 picks in this draft. Round 2, round 4, and round 6. Dwayne Eskridge, a wide receiver from Western Michigan, at 56 overall. Trey Brown, a cornerback from Oklahoma, round 4. And Stone Forsythe, an offensive tackle from Florida. I gave him a D.
Okay.
You 3 picks. I don't know.
Yeah.
None of these guys are lighting it up. I'm sorry. Moving on. Arizona Cardinals, Jay. Man, were they active in this draft. They had a lot of good picks, I think, but I think they reached a little bit. Zaven Collins, I think, is going to be a great player. I thought it was a reach at 16. Then they drafted Rondale Moore to make up for that at 49th in round 2. I think Rondale Moore is going to be great.
I do too.
Then
you see that kid like squat 700 or something like that?
He's awesome. And then it was their middle drafts that kind of blew me away. Didn't blow me away, I should say. Marco Wilson in round 4. Victor Dimukunchi, round 6. Tay Gowan, round 6. I thought was a steal, actually, for Tay Gowan, round 6. But not a deep draft for them. I gave him a C+, B-. I guess it just depends on the productivity of Zaven Collins. But I think Rondale Moore is going to just burn it in that offense. Obviously, we got A.J. Green and DeAndre Hopkins. Who do you guard? And this kid's going to be running into the slot. It's going to be good for him. So
yeah, Christian Kirk, too.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be good. The first 2 picks were great, but the rest of them were just, so C+, B-. Not bad draft, but not the best ever. Okay, moving on. NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody thought they were going to trade that number 4 pick. They did not, Bird.
I would have.
And they took Kyle Pitts. And then in round 2, they took safety Richie Grant from Florida. When the safety from TCU was still available. And he was the highest graded safety in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very big reach by Atlanta. Round 3, they get a steal here, get Jalen Mayfield in round 3. I don't know why he dropped so far, but that's a solid draft in Jalen Mayfield in round 3. Round 4, another corner out of SDSU. That's San Diego State, for those of you that aren't listening. And then Drew Dahlman, a center out of Stanford. And then round 5, Taquan Graham, a defensive tackle from Texas. And then Etekakumba Agudadije, defensive end out of Notre Dame, around 5. I thought they had a decent draft. I just thought they could have done so much more and got so much more draft capital if they traded that number 4 pick. I just gave them a C. It was just okay. I mean, Mayfield was a steal. Obviously, Pitts is great. I know he's going to be good, but is that a need? I just didn't feel that was a need, and I thought Richie Grant was a reach, so I just gave him a C. Falcons being the Falcons. The Carolina Panthers, Jay. Man. They get J.C. Horn at 8, and that begins me getting nervous.
Yeah.
The beginning of T-Roy getting nervous. And then in round 2, Terrace Marshall Jr. I had him slated as a first-round pick as well. They get him at 59 overall.
I like that kid.
And that was a trade as well. Round 3, they get Brady Christensen, offensive tackle from BYU. He's the man that did the backing up.
Got to get some
for old Zach.
Got to get some protection for Sam.
Also in round 3, they get great tight end from Notre Dame, Tommy Tremble. And then at round 4, Chuba Hubbard, running back from Oklahoma. Oklahoma State. I'm sorry. I thought that was a good pick. Round 5, the steal of this draft, Jay. At 158 overall, they get an easy second-round talent, Davion Nixon. This dude is going to just destroy it.
Love that.
Insanely good pick. Round 5, Keith Taylor, cornerback out of Washington. I thought that dude was a little underrated, but he looked good. And then from there, they just had picks in round 6 and 7. Carolina destroyed this draft. Basically, they have 1, 2, 3 guys in the top 50 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get 3 more guys in the top 100, 120. It's just a great draft. They got an A++.
Let's do the next 2 and then go to break.
Okay.
In the South.
Moving on to New Orleans.
Nolans.
The New Orleans Saints I'll tell you, their first round pick I thought was a huge reach, and that was Peyton Turner, defensive end out of Houston. Second round talent at best. I saw some mocks with them in third. And then round 2, they get a linebacker from Ohio State, Pete Werner, at 60. He wasn't even the best linebacker on that team, and there was other ones available. Round 3, Paulson Adebo, cornerback from Stanford. He's decent, but he fell right in that spot. And then they draft Ian Book, Notre Dame's cornerback, in round 4. I'm not so sure about that. Then Landon Young, round 6, and Kawan Baker, round 7. I'm sorry, I did not like any of the New Orleans drafts. They usually have like that draft where they get someone and he's way better than he ever thought. So maybe that's what they're doing to me, but I'm giving him a D.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your Super Bowl champions, Bird.
Yeah.
Led by Tom Terrific.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't really need to do much. They got everybody back.
Everybody back.
Everybody back from a Super Bowl team. So what do? They're just trying to build, what do we say? Sharpen iron with iron, Jay?
Yep.
So what do they need? They need defensive end help because they just want to keep aggressively rushing any of these quarterbacks that dare to try to take him down, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get Joe Tryon out of Washington. Moved up a lot of people's. He was anywhere from late first round to early second round, whatever, but he was a talent. So I didn't think that was much of a reach at 32, whatever. Must have fit their scheme. I predicted this. I said Kyle Trask is going to be the round 2 pick. They got to get somebody in the wing for when Tommy retires in 2 years. This kid could be it. And then around 3, they get a great offensive lineman from Notre Dame, Robert Hainsey. Help keep Tommy upright, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just kind of started picking and choosing. They got a speedy wideout from North Texas, Jalen Darden. Not to be confused with Christopher Darden.
No, I don't think so.
Round 5, KJ Britt, linebacker out of Auburn. And then from there, they just got a couple 7th-rounders, Chris Wilcox and Grant Stewart. I thought Tampa Bay had a great draft for what they were supposed to do. They got a B. And that shores up the NFC South.
All right. We will come back and do the rest of it when we come back from break here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
Locally owned since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value ever since. If you're looking to cater an event or you just need something for your home chef, check them out online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they deliver to all Quad City residents and match online pricing, so please call them today, 563-322-5382. Showroom hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
PointsBet understands that in sports, it pays to be fast. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Whether you're a bettor or a baller, a sharp or a sharpshooter, if you're making money or just playing money, sports is speed. Luckily, your sports book can keep up. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. Plus, right now, PointsBet is giving customers the best odds on all pro sports. That's better odds and bigger payouts on our lightning fast app because PointsBet knows every second matters. Time is money and it pays to be fast. PointsBet has the best odds on all pro sports, so download the app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
What I am about to tell you is my opinion. It is not a statement of fact. I believe that the 49ers changed their minds on the decision between Mac Jones and Trey Lance somewhere deep into the process. I don't think this was all one big smokescreen. I don't think they got any benefit from doing it. I think they legitimately changed their minds. And as a consequence, they take Trey Lance instead of Mac Jones. I don't know this for certain, but if I had to bet money that mattered to me, I would bet that if Trey Lance had been available at 4, the Falcons would have taken him. That's what I think. I don't know it, but that's what I think. And that would have changed everything. Obviously, the draft falls the way the draft falls because quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. I think Lance, when all was said and done, was the guy everybody wanted.
Greeny, weekdays 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
Your legacy is important. Preparing your final wishes is a lasting gift to family and friends. Lock in and guarantee today's prices while alleviating the burden on your loved ones. Whelan Presley's pre-arrangement policies are guaranteed to be there when needed. You can even begin the pre-arranging process from home. Log on to WhelanPresley.com or contact us to get started. Trusted over 130 years, Whelan Presley Funeral Home and Crematory.
We would be honored and privileged to serve you.
From the gridiron to the 9-iron, experience the thrill of the game anywhere in Iowa with Elite Sportsbook. You can now sign up for Elite Sportsbook on your phone anywhere in Iowa and receive your first bet risk-free, up to $500. Just visit EliteSportsbook.com to create an account, and your first bet is on us, up to $500. It's time to play your game with Elite Sportsbook. For a limited time only, valid only in Iowa. Must be 21. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Gotta finish this today.
Cristiano's construction projects typically run smoothly, but this project's pipeline is about to burst.
Yo, boss, where you want us to put this? To the left. Your other left. John.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Does Aaron Rodgers get moved before the season starts?
The two teams in the AFC for me would be the Raiders. And I know they got Carr, but you send Carr back to Green Bay. I know John Gruden he's probably sitting there just trying to figure out how to get that done because he's never satisfied with the quarterback spot. And
never.
Think about it. He tried to get Brett Favre when Brett was 60. So, I mean...
But if you think about it, though, as far as location goes for Aaron Rodgers,
he was Vegas.
Vegas would be, Vegas would be optimal. Obviously, Bay Area, where that would have really been.
That's why he was
better
really
for
pushing.
him. Yeah.
He was really pushing for that San Francisco opportunity because they had a winning team. And the Raiders, maybe he is a guy who can kick them over the top. But those are the two teams in the AFC that make sense.
Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
The best way to spend your weekend is not doing chores. It's with sports. The games you need every weekend are on your sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, Hasslemaniacs, to the greatest show on earth. This is Don't Hassle So Local, AM 1170.
So we got some breaking news over the commercial break, and that is that the Los Angeles Angels will be releasing Albert Pujols in the final season of his 10-year contract. So this is the final season of his 10-year, $254 million contract. This is according to Mark Feinsand of MLB.com. The 41-year-old hitter is currently at a rate of hitting at 198 with 5 homers, 1 stolen base through 24 games. So there's more to come. Well, where it happens to him here, I don't know. You know?
Going to the Cubs.
I don't think so.
Well, was he in a slump? Was he playing terrible?
Yeah, 198. He hit one. I mean, remember we did the how many home runs he'd have to do to move up, and we said it's probably not looking good. But then he had like 2 home runs in opening day or something like that. But
right,
yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be like the Cardinals, and then he gets to do his thing.
Yeah, you would think. Just depends.
Well, all right.
Okay, well, moving on and finishing up the NFC draft grades from the 2021 draft, and we'll move on to the NFC East. We'll start with the Washington football team, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
They had the pick in the first round at number 19, and they took Jamin Davis from Kentucky. I thought that was a huge reach, Bird. I thought that he was a second-round talent. I'm sorry. Most mocks really didn't have him going that high at all. So, whatever. I just didn't. I don't think he's a bad player, but I thought they had a lot more talent available at that point. Linebacker out of Notre Dame was available.
Mm-hmm.
At 51, they take Samuel Cosmi. Thought that was a great pick. Cosmi's a very talented tackle out of Texas, so that was fine. Round 3, they get a cornerback from Minnesota, Benjamin St. Juste. Not impressed at all with that. I did like their pick at 82, though. De'Ami Brown, wide receiver out of North Carolina. He's a good receiver, and that should fit well in that system for them. They should be able to throw up some points, man. Tight end, then, John Bates out of Boise State. Solid pick. I think that's just more of a depth pick for them. And then a safety out of Cincinnati, Derek Forrest, in round 5. And then from there, just 1 6th and 3 7th round picks. Nothing too great. I thought it was a fine draft for them overall. I did like the Cosmi pick, and I did like the De'Ami Brown pick. So I gave Washington a B-.
Well, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Washington's on the right path.
Yeah, I think they're a quarterback away from really being good and causing a lot of problems in that division, but we'll see. Then moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles, who traded their number 12 pick to Dallas for the number 10 and then gave up another third. So they took Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner out of Alabama, at number 10. And then in round 2, they traded up to 37, I believe. No, they didn't. They had the 37th pick. I'm sorry. But they take Landon Dickerson, the center out of Alabama. I thought this kid's great. 2 great picks right there to start out with. And then round 3, they get Milton Williams, defensive tackle from Louisiana Tech. Round 4, they get Zach McPherson from Texas Tech. Zach from Tech.
Yeah. I like that.
Running back depth here at round 5 with Kenneth Gainwell out of Memphis. I like this round 6 pick. Defensive tackle from USC, Marlon Tuipulotu.
Oh. That's a name.
Yeah. And then from there, they had 2 other 6th-round picks and a round 7 pick. I thought it was a good draft for the Eagles, man. I mean, they went after who they wanted to get. They knew if they didn't trade with Dallas that they weren't going to get Devonta Smith, and they needed a wide receiver. They did address cornerback help. We'll see if Zach McPherson turns out to be anything good in round 4. Let's hope he starts. But I still gave him a B+ because I love the Landon Dickerson pick and the Milton Williams pick. So Philly had a good draft. We'll see what Jalen Hurts can do with that offense. Moving on to the New York Giants. They trade down, with the Bears from number 10 to 20 and take the speedy wideout Kadarius Toney from Florida. We had a lot of talk about him and his route running and things like that and production on his routes. He is going to be a wild card in this draft.
Absolutely.
Like a guy that's not good at running routes and a quarterback that's not good with accuracy. It's a deadly combination.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought they got a steal, though, in round 2 at number 50 overall. And that was a trade with the Dolphins. Azeez Ojulari. Great defensive end linebacker, outside linebacker from Georgia. And then they get, also in round 3, Aaron Robinson, talented quarterback from Central Florida. And then they draft linebacker Ellerson Smith, another outside linebacker from Northern Iowa, Bird. 2 Panthers on this draft. Look at you. And then 2 round 6 picks. The Kadarius Toney one really worries me on this draft. There's character issues, all those other things. I gave him a B-, leaning towards maybe a C+ if Toney is not, productive. But if he's productive, B-. And it's still a solid draft for the Giants.
Mhm.
I mean, I think, like I said, Ojulari, very talented, so is Aaron Robinson. So that was a really good draft. Moving on then to America's team, the 5-time Super Bowl champions, and the love of T-Roy's life, the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry, Mickey. Cowboys end up with 11 picks in this draft, Jay, after they trade down from number 10 to 12. Their hearts get broken, of course, right before them. They had just lost one more game, like I've been asking all last year at the end of the year.
That's right. But no.
Nobody wants to listen to T-Roy, though.
The numbers guy. The numbers guy doesn't.
They just want to do what they got to do. Irritating as all hell. Either way, they take Micah Parsons at 12. This kid is a genetic freak. He is talented. There are some questions of character, what have you, but this guy is hands down talented. We'll see what happens. Once again, round 2, hearts broken right before their pick. They wanted the safety out of TCU, Trayvon Moorick.
Yeah.
They get Kelvin Joseph, another guy. Character issues possibly. Was at LSU. Dude's got 4.3 speed.
Mm-hmm.
Great talent. I like the round 3 pick at number 75, the defensive tackle from UCLA, Osa Odighizuwe. Osa is a 3-time state wrestling champion and a defensive tackle. He is going to be great.
I like that.
Yes, Jay. I think he's going to be great. When they said that, I'm like, oh, yes. I love this dude at D-tackle. This is just awesome. Very excited. And that was from the Eagles, that pick. I'm sorry, that was their pick. And then their next pick they got with this trade from the Eagles. And they got the dude. I loved it. Chauncey Golston, defensive end out of Iowa.
Yep.
I love Golston. I'm just so happy to have a Hawkeye on the team. I love his work ethic.
Are you going to get a jersey?
No. Not going to get a jersey. I think Golston's going to have a very good career. Is he going to be like this top sack leader in the NFL? No. But he's going to be great in that rotation with Gregory and with, D-Law.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be awesome. Here was the reach for Dallas. At number 99, they took Nashawn Wright, a cornerback out of Oregon State. Now, Ifutu Melifonu was still available from Syracuse. For some reason, and that dude was pretty high on boards, for some reason, the entire coaching staff liked this Nashawn Wright guy. And this is a guy that interviewed directly with Dan Quinn. This is a 6'4" corner with 4.4 speed. The only thing their knock on him is he doesn't have like the stop go. Like if he's coming downhill, it's a little bit for him to get the motor going back. Dan Quinn likes length and speed. So I think that's what they're going for with this pick. They turn around 16 picks later and get Jabril Cox, who was at North Dakota State, transferred to LSU. That was a steal. So if you flip these 2 picks, okay, then it's fine. So I don't have a problem with it. I think Jabril Cox was the steal of this draft for the Cowboys. Hands down, he will be a starting linebacker in this league.
Okay.
And he's going to be great for Dallas.
So remember that name.
Yeah, Jabril Cox. And then they get offensive tackle John Ball from Marshall. This guy was at Florida State. Character issues once again, Bird.
That sounds like Cowboys are like, yes,
Yes,
give me
they're
that.
all about character issues this
that
draft,
sounds good.
apparently.
We can fix them. Toxic relationship, sign me up. Red
Yeah.
flag, don't need it.
Dude is,
Red flag, more like a green flag to me.
A lot of people said this dude was first, second round / talent before all this happened. So if they get him in the 4th round like that, I'm all about it. Round 5, they get the speedy wideout from Stanford, Simi Fehoko.
Mm-hmm.
So depth, return guy, whatever you want. I love it. This next pick was the guy that was, usually I don't talk too many 6th round picks, but Quinton Bohanna, defensive tackle out of Kentucky. 363 pounds, Jay. 6'4".
Beefy.
Hole plugger is what they call him. Hole plugger.
Yeah.
You've been called that before.
I don't
Anyway,
think so.
the next 2 picks, cornerback depth, again, out of South Carolina, Israel Mukahama. So, solid in itself. Noted on Israel. He led South Carolina in interceptions. He was there with J.C. Horn.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I like this pick. And then they've wind up with Matt Farniak, a guard out of Nebraska. Depth if he makes the team.
That kid from South Carolina is an opportunist.
An opportunist, if you will.
I like that.
That being said, Dallas, I gave him a B+, leaning towards A- if these character issue guys end up developing and not having character issues. I thought the trading down when they lost their guy in the first round was smart. They knew we were going to have to face Devontae Smith twice.
It's a good reaction, not an overreaction.
Right. Mm-hmm. So they still went and got things of need and players that are talented. I know a lot of people, Dallas Cowboy fans out there don't know much about Chauncey Golston. I'm sorry, guys. He's a great player. And I think he's going to
just keep... You think people down in Dallas are paying attention to Big Ten football?
No,
they don't. I don't care.
And that's the thing. I just love the middle of this draft for Dallas. So, like I said, 75 through 192 for me was just great for them. Moving on, Jay Bird. The NFC North. We'll start with those lowly Lions, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody likes to pick on the Lions. Well, don't be picking on them too much. At the 7th overall pick, they take the most talented tackle in this draft. Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
Some say a bona fide Hall of Famer in the making.
I don't know about that, but yeah. Okay.
Round 2 at 41, they take Levi Onwuzurike, defensive tackle, Washington. Number 2 rated defensive tackle on the board. They took him actually before the number 1 rated, but okay.
Rule of thumb is you just don't mess around with a guy named Levi.
Yeah. Now, what did this coach say when he got there? We want to be tough where, Jay? In the trenches, right?
Yeah.
We want to fall down and bite your ankles?
Yep.
Well, first 2 picks, fall down, bite your ankle guys. Guess what he does his 3rd pick? Another fall down, bite your ankle guy. At number 72 in the 3rd round, Alan McNeil, defensive tackle out of North Carolina. I'm sorry, North Carolina State.
Yeah.
Dude, right now, running the ball against this team is going to be tough. And then at 101, they get the cornerback from Syracuse I talked about, Ifitu Melifonanu. Very talented. He's about a 6'3" corner. He's got some 4.4, high 4.4 speed. Thought it was great. Round 4, they get Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that he's a speedy wideout from USC. I think that was a great pick for them. And then at 113, they had back-to-back picks. Derek Barnes, linebacker out of Purdue. Not bad. And then later on in the draft, at round 7, they take Jamar Jefferson, running back out of Oregon State. I thought the Lions had a great draft. I like what they did. I gave the Lions an A+.
Okay. The Vikings. Who's up next? I don't know who's up next.
You want me to do the Vikings next?
You can do whoever you want to do. I'm following along. I'm along for the ride.
All right,
I'm
we'll do
enjoying
Minnesota.
it. Yeah.
We'll do Minnesota. That's a good call.
Okay.
Eddie's not listening. He had to work. All right. They end up trading down to number 23 with the Jets, and they take Christian Darrisaw for the first pick. Top 3 rated tackle on the board, and definitely a thing of need for them. I thought that was a great pick, and they got draft value in the interim. Then they don't pick again until round 3. They take Kellen Mond, the quarterback out of Texas A&M. I know Ezer Hayes was high on this pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. I mean, you are ending the contract with what's his face there? Can't think of his name. Man, my brain's not working today.
What's going on?
Quarterback, Vikings.
Kirk Cousins?
Cousins.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a great pick. In round 3, that's great talent. They also get at 78 Chaz Surratt, linebacker out of North Carolina, former quarterback converted to linebacker. He was pretty high up on a lot of draft boards, so I thought that was a great grab in the 3rd round. Once again in the 3rd round, Wyatt Davis, guard out of Ohio State. Man, a lot of people have this guy as a 2nd-round talent. I thought that was a steal as well. Another guy people had as a second, possible 1st-round talent, defensive end, Patrick Jones II out of Pittsburgh. So they had 3-4 good picks in a row right there in the 3rd round. In the 4th round, they get the running back from Iowa State, I should say, the Cyclone, Kenny Nwangu. And then they get a cornerback from Florida, Cameron Bynum. And then a defensive end from Florida State, Janarius Robinson. And then in round 5, Jay, they get the return specialist, University of Iowa Hawkeye, Amir Smith-Marset.
Love it.
Yes, I did too. And then they get Zach Davidson, tight end from Central Missouri. And then in round 6, Jalen Twyman, defensive tackle from Pittsburgh. I thought Minnesota had a great draft. Not having a 2nd-round pick, they still loaded up in the 3rd round. I gave them a solid A. for the Vikings.
Good, yeah.
Moving on to your Chicago Bears, Bird.
I'm excited to hear about this.
Big stones on the Bears. They move up and finally get the franchise quarterback that Bears fans have been crying for since the punky QP, right?
Yep.
Justin Fields goes at number 11 with the trade from the Giants. I did love this. I thought it was a great move for Chicago. If Fields proves to be what everyone thinks he can be, and if your coach is the coach we think he is, this kid's going to be successful. And then in round 2, I thought they got the steal of the offensive tackles right here at number 39, Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State. Dude's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a mean stud. He's going to protect that quarterback you got. And then they go ahead and they say, hey, we're going to get some more help. Larry Borum, offensive tackle from Missouri in round 5. And then round 6, they get Khalil Herbert, running back Virginia Tech. From there, they were just kind of plugging and filling. But I thought the Bears had a great draft. They had to go and get something better than the Red Rocket.
Yeah.
And they had to get something.
They
had to get something. So basically, they had a first and second round pick, and then they don't pick again until the 5th round. You did everything you need to do. Even your 5th round pick was solid. Bears, you get an A from T-Roy.
Not an A++?
No, an A.
Okay.
I've only gave out 2 A++. Cleveland, Carolina.
Gotcha.
But it was a great pick. I mean, if you're a Bear fan, you have to be excited now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on to, finally, the last team to be graded, the Green Bay Packers. They had the number 29 overall pick, Jay. And they take the 5th best cornerback ranked in this draft. I said cornerback.
Yeah, not quarter. Corner. Yeah.
Eric Stokes out of Georgia. Now, Eric Stokes is going to be a fine player. Number 29 overall? No. They follow that up in round 2 at 62. They take the center Josh Myers. They did need to replace the center. Solid pick. And then they get a wide receiver from Clemson at 85 at round 3. Amari Rogers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. Round 4, offensive guard from Ole Miss, Royce Newman. Round 5, defensive tackle to Darryl Slayton, Florida. Also in round 5, they get Shamar Jean Charles, a cornerback from Appalachian State.
Shamar Jean Charles.
Shamar Jean Charles.
Like Charles in charge, but it's Shamar Jean Charge?
Yeah, Shamar.
Yeah.
Jean.
Yeah.
Dash Charles.
Dash Charles, though.
Yeah.
There's no charge there.
Then they get a guard out of Wisconsin, Cole Van Lanen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course they do. Yeah.
Isaiah McDuffie, I'm sorry. Linebacker from Boston College.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Green Bay. What are you doing, man? There was just so many things there available to help your dude out. Win a game. And don't draft a corner in round 1. There was dudes available round 2, round 3, whatever it was you were going for there. You had the 85th overall pick. There was talent down there. Get him some weapons, man. Just get the guy some GD weapons. He's gone. I'm sorry, Packer fans. You're going to have
just under 4 weeks till June 2nd.
He's going to rip your heart out.
The countdown's going to be on.
Anyway, I gave the Packers a C- leaning towards D+. They'll get a solid D+ as soon as Aaron Rodgers leaves because this draft is going to be what broke the camel's back.
Caker just came in. We're going to have to take a break real quick, get him settled in. We're going to call Jake from Elite Sportsbook 2, talk to him briefly.
What did you tell me about Tim Hernandez? No? You don't want to?
No, I just want to go to break because I want to regroup.
Right.
Caker just came in and everything else, but we'll do that here in a second. So,
okay.
All right, we'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're
Hey,
local.
do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
Well, what kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem, and yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm going to save on flights have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours they're open, visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Davenport and Moline, get ready. 20 ribeyes for $35. Fishers of Men Foods is bringing you a meat sale you don't want to miss. At North Park Mall Davenport behind Firestone and South Park Mall Moline behind Olive Garden. Just look for the big truck in tent. It's a gigantic steak, seafood, chicken, and pork meat blowout sale happening now for a limited time. You'll also find mega ribeye porterhouse, T-bone jumbo shrimp, fillets, lobsters, pork ribs, pork chops, even top quality chicken breast. And of course, 20 ribeyes for $35. It's all happening in North Park Mall Davenport behind Firestone and South Park Mall Moline behind Olive Garden. Hurry and fill your freezer with quality meat, pork, seafood, and chicken just in time for grilling season. This sale won't last long, and while you're there, ask about their whole cow and half cow specials. It's this year's gigantic meat sale, only happening in North Park Mall behind Firestone and South Park Mall behind Olive Garden. 20 ribeyes for $35, cash, credit, or debit card. See you today.
I need these boxes in bin 7. Oh, hello. Hi. I just wanted to call in and find out when next...
Whitney's warehouse foreman just retired, and the replacement needs to move to fulfillment.
Hold on. Guys, can we get the dock cleared now?
Indeed can help her hire the people she needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
All hit all the time.
Let's go commercial free. Even though saying we're going commercial free is technically a commercial for this station. When I say commercial free, I mean no commercials from our sponsors. But saying that is still a commercial of sorts, just to be clear. Okay, now I'm confused. Let's go commercial free. Except for this message about how we're going commercial free.
Maybe commercials about going commercial free just need a Snickers. Snickers satisfies.
I'm Kyle Montgomery with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Aaron Rodgers saga continues in Green Bay, and a Packers former quarterback has weighed in on the situation. On the latest episode of the Bowling with Favre podcast, Hall of Famer Brett Favre says he doesn't see Aaron Rodgers returning to the Packers. Favre added, quote, "If he has a grudge, it ain't budging." Coming off an ankle fracture suffered nearly 7 months ago, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott said Tuesday that he could take the field now if forced. Prescott telling the Dallas Morning News, quote, "I can go play in the game right now and in my head be very, very successful." Speaking on NBC Sports Bay Area's 49ers Talk podcast, San Francisco owner Jed York preached patience with third overall pick Trey Lance and said he would be fine keeping Lance on the bench for the duration of Jimmy Garoppolo's contract. Jimmy G has 2 years left on his deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
So, how can I promote my new curbside pickup service?
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need custom floor decals that'll get noticed, not just walked on.
Also possible, Staples Connect can help your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. And now get 15% off signs, posters, and decals when you spend $75 or more. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 5/29. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture the new DQ Summer Blizzard treat menu with iconic flavors that taste like instant summer. You order the one and only drumstick blizzard with peanuts. Oh, wow. Crunchy waffle cone pieces, world-famous DQ soft serve, and blue sky bliss. Or maybe you get the brownie batter blizzard. Ooh-wee, fudgy brownie goodness. You're feeling breezy and dreamy all over. Moments like these are why the new DQ Summer Blizzard treat menu exists. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
we're back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Don't Hassle So Local. Live in studio now with a little shake and cake.
Yeah.
He's over there eating some meatball subs.
Yeah, let's give a little shout out to Meatball Sandwich Meatballs Sandwich Company, going to be open up Monday. The hard opening is this Monday coming up. I had a meatball sandwich as well earlier. Thanks for bringing that into you, Roy.
Yep.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Be at Cumberland Square next to Harrington's in Bettendorf. So it's get out there. You can see their menu online right now, or see photos of their menu. Yeah, their menu as well on social media. Check it out. Go like and follow their page. Big fans. It was really good. Kakert, we're going to catch up with you real quick. Stick with us while we call Jake. Hopefully he answers, and we're going to talk to him at Elite Sportsbook real quick.
Sure.
See what's exciting going on there. He probably won't answer. I don't know.
He won't?
If I'm a gambling man, which I am. Odds are minus,
are you a degenerate?
Minus 125. He doesn't answer.
He doesn't want to talk.
Plus 105. He answers. I think he put time away for 1:30. I tried to move him up.
This is Jake from Elite Sportsbook.
Aha, Jay lost his bet, Jake.
Yeah, I said you weren't going to answer, Jake.
Why didn't you think I would answer?
Because you didn't text me back and say it was cool or whatever else.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just assumed.
You're busy.
You just assumed
I know.
that
You're
you were
busy.
cool.
Too
He's
busy.
like, I'm always cool, Jay. Don't be telling me.
Anyway, how's it going, my friend?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good, sir.
Doing well. How's the baby?
The baby is doing well. He's eating and sleeping just like he's supposed to, supposedly. So that's good. Or so I hear, at least.
That's good. All right. So, how are things going at Elite Sportsbook?
They're going great. Actually, just a couple days ago, we launched a new feature on the app. So happy to kind of announce that with you guys.
Sure.
Here. So we made funding a little bit easier for everyone. You can now deposit directly to your sportsbook account with your debit card.
Okay.
Instead of going through our third-party vendor. So it's going to allow you to kind of skip the middleman and go directly from your account into your sports wagering wallet. So no more Play Plus confusion if you don't want to kind of go that route.
That's good. Yeah, because the faster it gets in there, the better. Because it does get confusing, especially if like you're scrambling to get a bet in and you've already depleted your funds, which I'm not saying I have or haven't had that happen. So
exactly, and sometimes there's a little bit of a confusion on it being stuck in limbo and going from your debit card to Play Plus and then Play Plus to your sports wagering account. So this clears up a little bit of that confusion.
Absolutely. And now you can, talking to everybody out there, you can download the app on your Apple or your Android devices as well. That's the Elite Sportsbook app. Go ahead and get that wherever you download in your apps. And as I always say every time we talk to Jake, go to EliteSportsbook.com. You can navigate through that but also on the app you can learn a little bit about the bets that you're making and play around with that. I see you guys have added some NHL, a little bit promotions.
Yeah, we have the insurance going on now, so I encourage people to go to the site and check that out and read the terms and conditions there. But essentially, if you bet the first period and your first period bet ends up losing, we'll insure it up to $25 in free bets. So we have a wagering type on there that you can bet the first period, kind of giving people a chance to try out some NHL bets if you haven't tried that category of wager offerings. And we'll just continue to put up more promotions as time goes on.
Right on. Anything coming up soon, like in the Rhythm Room or anything like that?
Yep, the UFC 262 is on May 15th. So just as before, you have to be 21, but it is a free cover, first come, first serve. We'll be doing a cool new sign-up promotion running from Friday of that week to Sunday as well. So same $500 risk-free bet to anyone who signs up, but also we'll be doing a deposit code, and there will be a little bit of a deposit bonus too, kind of centered around the UFC 262. So that'll be available to anyone on the site, but also the fans that come and watch it at Rhythm Room on the 15th.
How did the promotion that you guys did before with the parlay go with the last UFC?
It went well. We're going to even do the same promotion, with different wager offerings, not only UFC, because it went so well. It just gives a chance for people to try out some different bets they may not make, or just loyal UFC bettors to kind of get a free parlay out of the deal.
No, that's great. Yeah, I enjoyed that parlay, and like you said, the more you expand out of that, the better, because that way, people can, like I said, navigate the site and the app. I've been looking recently at the futures for the MLB. When can we start seeing maybe some wagers on futures of the MVP, Cy Young type of thing?
I can get with the risk team, see kind of a time frame on when they're thinking to put those up. I don't know if they're going to wait a little bit longer into the summer to get some more games under their belt, or how that's going to roll. So I'll let you know, and I'll get with them after this. We can touch on it next week.
Yeah, I just think because now you're starting to see a lot more things out there, possible MVPs from each team, who's doing what and whatnot. But it is a little bit early because right now we're just dealing with a string and a massive, long string of injuries that it's going on right now in Major League Baseball. So it seems like every day someone's going on a 10-day IL. So maybe it is a little early in that. But when you mention that to them, also see if you can talk to them about NBA MVP odds as well. Something more.
Perfect. Yeah,
something to add to it.
I'll see what they say. At least give you kind of a month idea of when it may come out. So, hey, did you guys happen to check out the Derby deposit bonus we ran last week? And I want to see what that was kind of a unique, fun one. Wasn't sure if you saw it.
I didn't. I was in Iowa City for a softball tournament, and I actually went up on Friday, and usually I do most of my Derby research the Friday before, Saturday morning, and I was just too busy. But if you tell everybody about it, I'm pretty sure when the Breeders' Cup and Preakness comes, you guys might, since it sounds good, you guys probably will run it again.
Yeah, it was pretty popular, so I know you guys like the unique promotion, so I want to get your take on it. But essentially, it was if you just make a deposit over a certain amount, we would give you a $5 free bet just right off the bat, and then also we'll give you a $10 times the jersey number, the saddle number of the winner. So it's kind of completely random since you can't bet on horse racing. It kind of gives a way to still be involved in the Derby and also get some free bets out of it too.
I see. Nice. You guys find a little gray area there.
Look at that. IT department getting after it.
I like what you guys are doing there. Good job. Because I did have some people reach out to me and ask why I didn't have it on there, and I did not realize that you can't gamble on the ponies.
Yeah, it's a completely separate code of Iowa law, kind of horse racing / simulcasting, than the advanced deposit wagering of sports betting. So they're completely separate. We have applied to have on-site horse racing, and we should be seeing that at our properties within the next month. But yeah, unfortunately, you're not able to bet online on an app or anything like that.
You've applied to have an OTB?
Yeah, it'll be completely separate than the sports book from a business side of things. But yeah, that's coming down the line. It's kind of the first tease of it here, but it should be at rhythm within the next month or so. But yeah,
huge,
it's
Jake.
exciting.
That's a
Jake,
a big deal. That's really, really huge.
People around here have been begging for an OTB.
Yeah.
Yep.
Begging.
You're going to see a different form of degenerates. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Those are the true degenerates.
Yeah, these are the ones. These are the
if
ones.
you've ever been to the track,
Her mutter was a mutter.
I've been to that's big. That's awesome.
Yep. So just want to make sure to confirm too, we're not committed to any dates or timelines.
I understand that. Yeah,
it's still in the works.
Don't worry, Jake.
Yep, but,
we won't throw you to the wolves if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, you won't tell anyone, right?
Yeah, sure.
He'll be here.
Let's have it done up by the.
He'll
Belmont.
be here Wednesday next month. Go get him.
Good. Anything else going on up there? Any other promotions?
Kind of. That's it for now. We're constantly putting them out, so make sure to follow us on social media at Elite Sportsbook on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Constantly doing new things and adding more features to our site, and even looking into sending out a new version of the app soon as well. So a lot of movement going on over here at Elite Casino Resorts and Elite Sportsbook.
Right on. Hey, you guys are constantly moving, constantly growing too. So bigger and better things are on the horizon for Elite Sportsbook. So thank you so much for taking time out and talking to us, Jake. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Take care.
Talk soon.
Speaking of things that are constantly moving and growing, constantly moving, shake a cake, constantly
Yeah.
growing. My belly. We're both in the house.
Yo,
Take her.
Aren't you on that salad? Aren't you on that salad diet still?
Yeah, but I had a sub today.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. Hey, you know what? News that you were breaking last week. Kedrick Prince just threw out about 3 hours ago. Orlando Antigua and Chin Coleman are headed to Kentucky.
Yeah, about that.
Even the Illinois coaching staff.
Everybody knew that.
But you, yeah, I know. But you said it was going to happen. I'm just throwing a little credit at you here.
I know.
You know. Another thing he said was going to happen was C.J. Fredericks was going to go to Kentucky as well.
And he's there.
He's there.
Shocking.
Look at that. Well,
all the shocking news.
You just know everything. You're like Nostradamus.
Nah.
You're like a little Buddha with fur.
There's the news, and then right in the middle. Thumbs right there.
Something like that.
Something like that. How was the spring game?
It was okay. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the same thing every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very exciting. I think the news was more guys out than you'd feel comfortable along the offensive defensive line. And Iowa hasn't had a lot of injuries last year or two, but it seemed like just a lot of them, here in the spring, and they were shorthanded. So that's got to be a concern. It seemed like most of the guys are going to be healthy for August, but it's still a bit of a concern that the guys haven't. You just wanted to see some of those guys, like the Logan Jones, Logan Lee, Cody Yentz. You wanted to see those guys. Cody Yentz at tackle. You wanted to see some of those guys, and you didn't get to see them.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
Well, speaking of spring game practices, whatnot, Coach Ferentz was asked about it, and he doesn't feel too good about the lack of.
That was my question.
Was that yours? Look at Caker go.
What?
About the concussions, the lack of contact that they've limited the amount of contact they can have in practice.
What happened was Kirk kind of brought it up, just at like something about started talking about fall, and he just made some kind of a side comment. And having covered Kirk for 20 years, I kind of know when he wants to go on something. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go there because I know he wants to talk about it, and he did. He's like, I'm glad you asked, and so he went to go on his rant. It was like when he would rant about cut blocking.
Yeah.
The not understanding cut block rules, which are confusing too. And he basically, what's happening is fall camp is going to be the same length it always is, but you're only going to be they're cutting from 21 days in full pads, helmets, contact to 8.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And his point was, it's mirroring what the NFL does. The NFL. But here's the difference between the NFL
they get more practice leading up to it.
They get exhibition games,
right.
Where you can put guys in pads, see what they can do, hitting, all those things, tackling. You got to find out if guys can play. They can tackle. It's in 7 on 7.
Yeah.
And so his concern is, they really haven't had major concussion issues. That's just Iowa. He's just speaking for Iowa.
He said he reached out to his training department to try to find the correlation, right?
Yeah. He talked to Cammie Powell, who's a trainer, and she's like, yeah, we've had like 3 concussions in the last 5 years or something. I mean, it's just a real low number where it would be a concern. And he's like, it's just not anything out of the normal because the helmets are safer. The helmets are made for the person now. It's not just like this, back when we were in high school, it was just you got the standard issue. Here's your helmet, and everybody's kind of,
Yeah.
Big head guys get the bigger helmet and smaller get smaller helmet. But it's just, these are all
Jay
custom
got a
made.
peanut shell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they have like the cool face mask. I have the 1 bar.
Yeah.
You get the kicker.
Yeah.
You got the kicker one.
Here you go.
The Chester Markle.
Yeah.
What's going on with that Foster kid? He's running the wrong way.
Yeah, but the thing I don't understand about it, and I guess where the NCAA comes in and says we're going to limit those practices from 21 to 8, like you said. But then, and I know they're like kind of two different entities, but they work together. And the College Football Playoff Committee says, hey, we're looking into this, and we think we're going to expand in the next 2 years. Well, that adds 2 more weeks to the games.
When the College Football Committee says that they're studying it, it means that they're going to do this.
Yeah.
And it's all about money, obviously, because, everybody lost so much money in the last year. Athletic departments, schools, conferences, NCAA. There's got to be a way to make that money up. So guess what you do? You expand the playoff. Now, I think they said the leading one was the 12-team playoff, which kind of surprised me. I thought they would go to 8.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what it looks like. I just want to know how they got 63 different iterations of this out of expansion. But
what do you mean 63?
They've got, apparently there were 63 different scenarios that they've looked at for in terms of a playoff.
Okay.
With a 4, 8, 12, or 16 teams. And I don't know what those would be.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the most logical thing was you take one from all the Power 5 conference. You take the champion. You take kind of a non-AQ one, like a Boise or something like that, and then you take 2 at large. There's your 8.
Yeah, I mean
that just seems logical to me that you would do that. But if they do 12, then you're dealing with some teams maybe getting a bye. I don't know. I think you got to keep it equal. But who am I?
Well, I mean,
I'm just an idiot.
You've been covering for some time. Yeah, but I think 10, I mean, yeah, that sounds about right or whatever else, and then go from there. I mean, 8, go from there, because then you're giving weeks off in the other way.
Yeah.
And well, then that's not fair. And they only got that seed because such and such is on the committee. You're opening yourself up to more complaining than you get to more applause of congratulations that you did this.
Yeah.
Now, I know it's money, but I don't even think even with the global pandemic that this would have stopped us from expanding anyway.
Yeah, I think it was inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
The ABC ESPN contract, the Disney deal with them runs through 2025, so there would be 2 years if they do it. They said they're not going to do it for at least 2 years, which means they're not going to do it for 2 years, but that next year they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because it works out that their rotation of who hosts the semifinals, like it's the Sugar, Rose, everybody would have gotten 2 times. So that's when that ends.
Works out.
So that's why they're doing it then. And then they're gonna, ABC, ESPN, give us more money, and maybe we'll expand this for a little bit longer with you, and give us more money. And that's what it's going to be. And that's what they'll do. They're going to expand it and make more moolah.
Now, back to the spring game. Anything different in the quarterback situation that you saw? Because last time we talked, you said Deuce looked a little shaky.
Kirk said after practice that Padilla had separated himself from Deuce Hogan.
Okay.
In the last 2 weeks. So, and that was reflected in the reps during practice, that it was primarily Petrus and Padilla and less Deuce.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I still think it's Petrus, Padilla, Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clear. Now, here's my thought, more globally, more long term. If Iowa is, the start of the season is going to be really interesting for Iowa because they play Indiana in the first game in Iowa City.
Mm-hmm.
Good Indiana team, had their best season in decades, and they'll have Michael Penix Jr. back from his ACL. Week 2 is in Ames. Big games, 2 big games. I'm really curious to see if Iowa gets off to an 0-2 start and Petrus struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I think the drums will be beating.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, yeah. I ask you the same thing every year. What's going to be the civil war for Iowa and Iowa fans?
It's going to be quarterbacks.
Yeah, and it's outside of Kirk Ferentz and his contract or whatever else. Yeah, I like to figure out what that's going to be. And yeah, it's usually always quarterback and complain about it. And yes, but 0-2. I don't know. I mean, Well, basically, what if they go 1-1 because everything you read on social media from Iowa State fans, they're already a lock for the college football playoffs. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
What's Matt Campbell against Iowa so far?
He's big donut.
Big donut.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's 0 for life.
And then what was the other thing? The running back from
Tyler Goodson. When Tyler Goodson said he was going to win the Doak Walker.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said his goal is to win the Doak Walker, and I'm sure that's Brees Hall is gonna.
I know.
Gonna take note.
But I'm talking about the running back from Iowa State who got drafted, and then Iowa State comes out and they're like, and that's just our backup. Like,
yeah, he got drafted way late, and
didn't he go to the Vikings?
Yeah, he was it for running anybody from Iowa State getting drafted.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. I mean, two guys from UNI got drafted.
They're like,
by the way, Chauncey Golston.
Are you happy?
Oh yeah, I'm so happy. You remember me?
A bunch of Cowboy fans are pissed about it.
They're stupid then, because I think he's
They're mad that they didn't draft Ronnie Perkins.
I don't care. I don't want Ronnie. Chauncey Golston is a harder worker than people give him credit for. I loved watching him. I was asking you about him.
Yeah, I like Chauncey.
From when AJ gets drafted. I was watching Chauncey a bunch.
Chauncey's a good kid.
And that's everything I hear. He's a good kid. He's a hard worker, good character kid. Of the one guy the Cowboys did draft a head character, it was Chauncey. I love his ethic. I think the fact that he's going to be in a 3-man rotation, a defensive end, is going to be great. He's going to tear it up in Dallas. And working under Dan Quinn, I love Dan Quinn as our defensive coordinator.
Super Bowl?
Not a Super Bowl coach.
Are you Cowboys going to the Super Bowl?
Man, the Patriots. The Buccaneers are going to have a lot to say about anybody in the NFC going anywhere. That's the problem. But they're going to be good if they stay healthy. Yes.
Do the Patriots and the Buccaneers play this year? I think they do.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah,
That's going to be wild.
Yeah. Yes, they do play this year.
I hope Mac Jones starts that game.
That's going to be wild, isn't it?
Well, how fast till he starts, Mac Jones?
Oh.
Who starts first, Mac Jones or Justin Fields?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
I don't know. Wow, that's a good one.
That is a good one, isn't it? Who starts first? Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
Lance will be the last.
Yeah, Lance can be the last.
Yeah, I would say so.
Injury will play a big part in anything. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, because Jimmy G's brittle.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing.
That's a good question, though, between the two of those, Mac Jones and Fields.
My fellow Bears fans seem to think that Fields by week 6.
Mac Jones might start week 1.
That Cam?
I don't know why he wouldn't. Cam
had a terrible year last year.
I'd only have Cam throw practice ground balls to my softball team because that's all he can do is throw it a few yards ahead of him and into the dirt.
He's taking too many hits, man. His style of play just didn't.
I don't know why they bothered to sign him.
I don't know either.
They needed to have something. It was a 1-year contract. They're fine.
What do you mean they need to have something? Atlanta Falcons need to have something. They have one quarterback on their roster right now. Well, they are that is the equivalent of.
Did you see the Packers are trying to find some quarterback? They're a little worried the Jeopardy host might be leaving.
When he might be?
Might be.
Jeopardy host, less than 4
Jeopardy
weeks
host
away.
is gone, man.
Can you imagine that? Just like that is the equivalent of like the divorce is coming, but you just don't know when they're going to file, but you think it's June 2nd, so you have to just count down the days. I mean, that is when it's happening.
Okay, if you're Jerry Jones and the Packers call you up and say, give us Dak and 3 first-rounders, are you doing the deal tomorrow? No?
Let me ask you this.
3 first-rounders?
3 first-rounders.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? Mickey Kurtz posted this earlier. You want to think about that for a second?
Not 3.
Hey, T-Roy. Jerry
this?
Jones here.
I'll give you next year's first round. I'll give you first round in 2022, a second round in 2023, and a second round in 2024.
They're not taking on Dak's contract when they have a quarterback who they think is good enough.
He's asking me if I'd take it. I mean, hey, he's the Packers. I'm the Cowboys.
Yeah. Jerry.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Are you?
My Jerry Jones sounds like Bill Clinton.
You're not taking.
I swear to God, I did not have sex with any of the Packers.
You're not taking Dak on that contract here in Green Bay.
I don't care what you're saying, Jay. I am Jerry Jones.
Okay, let's see. This is what Mick Kurtz
You know
says.
who would make a deal for
let me think about Jerry Jones.
Here's who would make a deal for Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Sean Payton.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, he took Ian Book, and no one really knew why.
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to draft everyone he drafts as a Taysom Hill, and he can turn him into something. All right, what do you think about this? This is what Mick Kurtz says on the Aaron's Pub Facebook comment thread. The perfect fit for Rodgers is Indianapolis. Wentz and a 2022 first-round pick, which will be around the same as this year. Contract swap should work, and then plus there's $30 million in salary cap to boot. So, Indianapolis calls and says...
You ready? Here's Jerry.
Yeah. We're back to Jerry.
Aaron, just want to congratulate you. You're going to be a cowboy.
He's not. They're not.
Would you like to come on my boat?
Why would that? That's the other
Aaron,
thing.
you bring Shaylee, and I got a boat that says Big Cowboy on it. You got your name all over it, Aaron. I know you like the country.
Welcome to Cowboy Family. Immediately hangs up. He's like, I don't do family.
You don't need a family. Jerry's just going to put on a yacht by himself.
You're
And Aaron
not
Rodgers
taking
will show
on
up
those
and
big
say,
contracts.
Hey Jerry, do I have to ride bikes to practice in August? Like you're in Green Bay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Probably drive 4-wheelers.
It's Denver, and there's nothing else.
Jerry's probably got like people.
You think it's
carrying
Denver?
Yeah, I think it's Denver. I
We
think it's
both
the only
think
one that
it's
makes
Denver.
sense. I don't think you're gonna. Green Bay's not taking on Wentz's. I mean, Indianapolis isn't. Green Bay isn't taking on Wentz's contract. Not taking on Dax. They already got a quarterback that they're gonna stick to. They're gonna find anything.
You know who's really pissed right now?
Packer fan?
No. Sean McVay. Because he could have waited.
Oh yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers clearly wants to be in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
He could have waited, made the deal with the Pack.
Yeah. Now he's got Stafford.
And he's got Stafford instead of he could have gotten Aaron Rodgers.
How's our buddy Randazzo doing? Is he all right?
Oh,
with
he's
his,
all in.
with his Lions?
He's all in.
He loves it.
It's all in.
They had a good draft.
How did you like the Bears draft?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was
rare.
Good too. I thought it was good.
I liked the Fields pick.
Yep.
I don't know if Fields is going to be great, but I liked the gamble on it.
Jenkins, it's Jenkins, right?
And Jenkins,
Jenkins will be all
Tevin
pro.
Jenkins.
Tevin Jenkins is a beast.
Yeah.
I liked getting them being aggressive and getting a tackle. They needed to get a tackle.
And he's filthy. Like, he's mean.
Yeah.
I was watching his film. He's good.
Yeah. A couple Iowa State highlights in there.
Yeah. You always like those.
Yeah, I think the Bears did well. I'm glad Randazzo's excited for his Lions. It's just going to take a while.
Yeah.
He's got a meathead for a coach.
I know.
Oh,
he's still going to be talking about those Lions and how it's going to be their year when he's like a grandfather. Being like, oh, yeah, this is going to happen now.
And he cursed his kids, too.
I know.
Randazzo, what were you thinking?
But, yeah, going back to quarterbacks or whatever else and Green Bay doing it, the Atlanta Falcons have one on there, and that's worse than me at every fantasy draft, just walking away with like one quarterback and be like, if he gets hurt, I'll just go to waiver wires.
I do that all the time anymore.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Unless I get stuck with, like, I don't get a quarterback that I really wanted, then I'll draft two.
Okay.
Because then I feel like I got to have two.
It's like me, like, not taking a kicker.
But if I'm like drafting and I get like, if I got Pat Mahomes, I'm like, why waste another roster spot? Because I'm going to play him every week.
Unless he gets hurt. Yeah, and then
unless
bye week, I'll go search.
And if he gets hurt, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I'll take on, whoever.
No, I like that philosophy, yeah. But not in the NFL, though. And
no. I'll take on Daniel Jones then.
And then we don't know what the situation is going to look like down in Houston.
Dude.
At all.
Have you been following that at all, Tommy? I mean,
I've been too busy getting massages.
Yeah, I've been too busy doing buddy carries.
Well,
so.
they took the kid.
Are you
from,
curling?
Yeah.
Are you curling, Jay?
Yeah.
What's the kid from?
6-year-old men only.
All right, you doing squats?
Pleases you too. Oh man.
In the sauna.
Anyway, they took.
Is that what's happening in that sauna again?
When the days when the sauna's not working, we get the heat going in there.
The Bendorf Fitness
Don't
Complex.
yeah.
There's some
What is wrong with
weird
you?
stuff.
Stop.
Some weird stuff going on in
It
that
is
sauna.
some weird stuff, yeah.
You may have to call the Bendorf police.
That's why I had to
Some
quit going to that
weird
gym.
Stuff.
Yeah, right.
I walked by the sauna one time. I'm like, I gotta go somewhere
Hey,
else.
what's going on?
Yeah. So no, that's yeah.
Well, they drafted Mills, right? The
Davis
kid
Mills.
Mills. Davis Mills out of Stanford. With their first pick in the draft, I think it was round 3.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, it's bad down there. I feel bad if you're a Texans fan. I mean, you got nothing to watch.
They got some Hawkeyes on that team though now.
Who else did they grab?
Desmond, Jaleel Johnson. I think.
Oh, did you see? Dallas got another Hawkeye too. They got Brandon Smith.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
How's the receiver situation down there?
It's
too
pretty
crowded.
solid. They drafted another guy from Stanford that Simi something. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. It's deep, but I think Smith. They need more guys.
Good practice squad.
Yeah, but they need guys for.
Do they have a big guy that can go up?
He would fit that spot. I think he makes a team. I hope he does. More Hawkeyes, the better.
Did you enjoy the draft?
Yeah. I didn't watch a ton of it.
Yeah.
I kind of get bored by it after a while. I'm just like, ugh.
I watched everything through my team's round 4 pick, and then I was done.
I watched round 1 and just kind of followed the second round.
I think they had 2 round 4 picks, and after that I was done.
Just followed online. Spent more time explaining to my daughter, and she's like, "They're still doing this?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're still doing it. Just hold tight."
Yeah. Amy goes, "Oh, it's your stupid little pick your person for your thing."
Pick a college kid.
She goes,
thing.
your silly little pick your person for your team thing." Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a pick your person for a thing. Yeah. It's called the NFL draft, and it's exciting.
It's super exciting. All right, that's going to do it. Caker, thank you so much for joining us and sampling meatballs with us as well. Thanks for the laughs and the updates on the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I urge everybody to get out to Pints and sign up for the golf outing June 19th, 1:30. Shotgun start at Hidden Hills, $75 per person, $300 a team. That's drinks on the course, food back at Pints, pork back at Pints. It's par for the pork.
Follow Tom at Hawkeye Report across the board, right?
That's correct.
There you go. On Twitter, Facebook as well. And go look, check out the HawkeyeReport.com. Subscribe. You can read all the great things that Tom's doing out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. Stay safe and sanitized.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Score a major payday this May with BetMGM. It's the best time to sign up for the king of sportsbooks because they're giving new customers a shot at an easy $100. Register using code Foster100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Lakers or Clippers. And if either team hits a 3, you win regardless of your bet's outcome. Whether you're raising the stakes on basketball and hockey playoffs or wagering on your favorite baseball team, BetMGM is always ready for action. Enjoy innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use code Foster100 to win $100 when you bet $1 on the Lakers or Clippers and either team hits a 3. New customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called cash. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra250. Uber Eats, deliver with us. Limited time offer, terms apply. See t.uber.com/extra250 for more details.